Hey, what's good with it? We back at it on J-Man U here today. We in the new spot. Y'all can see the new change of scenery. We don't got to use that little crop me. All that is over with. We in a new spot. This marks a new adventure for us all, and I'm just excited to be able to pick up on this channel back again. I haven't been active in a month. I haven't posted a video since the end of January. It is March 3rd here today, and so I needed to get back to it. I'm glad that you guys had the opportunity to make it to this video here today because we got a great video here today. We're talking about how I'm managing working 60-hour work weeks in grad school without losing it, without burning out. I have been burnt out, but ever since I moved, I picked up a new routine that really has helped me stay in the groove of things. I'm just going to kind of talk about that. Talk about just everything. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's do an hour breakdown. So you guys know I ain't lying to you. I'm working 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Friday, right? That's about 13 to 14 hours a day, but I'd say productive hours a day, that's probably 12 hours a day. There might be around 2 hours of break mixed up in there. So I'm working around 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's 60 hours. And then I'm working on the weekends. I usually do 3 hours on Saturday. And then Sunday I'm doing about 2 hours just making my schedules, notes, treatment plan, and things like that. From 8 to 12, I'm typically doing admin work. I'm typically doing notes. I'm typically calling referrals. I'm typically, just helping with the expansion of the company that I work for in this community. And then from 12 to 8, I'm doing internship and work. And internship might be mixed in earlier. Like I have meetings and supervisions and things like that. But ultimately, from 8 to 10, I'm doing work and internship. That includes, usually my sessions conclude around 7:30, 8 at night. I go home and I do notes, and I'm usually finished with notes around 10 p.m. at night. So the question is, how do I survive these 70-hour work weeks? How do I structure these 70-hour work weeks? And let me tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy because one thing that I had to kind of give up is content, and I love content. But at the end of the day, my true focus right now is serving the clients that I work with and becoming a better mental health practitioner. That is my sole focus right now. So I had to drop off on the channels. I realized when I got home, you know how they say you work your 9 to 5, then your 5 to 9? My 5 to 9 was taking my self-care away from me. And what I mean by that is when I was coming home, finishing up my notes, that's when I'd start, making videos, editing videos. I look up, it's 1 a.m. in the morning. I got to go to sleep. I'm waking up burnt out because I'm tired, waking up at 7 a.m., things like that. And so I had to realize I had to give up content for a little bit. I had to put that to the side. And as much as I love what I'm doing with the content, I had to. If you don't find a way to manage your time and to incorporate self-care will find its way to do it for you. And I just found myself incapable of staying disciplined and doing that type of thing because I was just so burnt out and I really needed that rest. So I really took about, kind of like a 2-month break, and the 2-month break was kind of amazing. I was able to get my self-care routine back together. I was able to start stretching. I was able to really start with my meditation at night, and it really just kind of helped me wind down at night. And then also I was able to pick up a morning routine because I used to wake up and hop straight to work, but now I can wake up at 7 a.m. and I got a full hour. And I feel like that first hour of your day is very important. You got to be able to control that first hour of your day. Your first hour of your day, I believe, controls your life. When you wake up, that's your most valuable hours of your day. So if you wake up and you giving your most valuable hours of your day to a company or to something else, then I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice. You would rather put that first hour into the day into your self-improvement, and that directly is going to help the company. So sometimes you got to look at it like, you might have company loyalty and all that, and I do for sure. But at the end of the day, if I don't work on myself, how am I going to be a great clinician to others? How am I going to show up for others? So I got to work on myself. I don't rely on motivation. I rely on systems, time blocking, protecting deep work hours. So I have deep work hours, especially when I wake up. Those are deep work hours. No scrolling, no YouTube. My phone is put up. My phone's on silent. My phone's on sleep. I put my phone on sleep at night. I don't change that until I get out for my sessions for my day. Like once about 11, 12 hit, that's when I go out and go do that. But all my admin work, all this work that I'm doing from 8 to 12, man, I'm working, man, for real. Time blocking really helps, just blocking out time on your calendar. I run off that calendar. And then also, batching tasks. So making sure that you probably do all your emails at once, all your calls at once, all your editing at once. So for example, Every Sunday, that's when I call all my parents. When I come home every day, that's why I'm doing all my notes, So batching tasks is definitely something that's helped me as well. But also the real secret is energy management. Being burnt out, man, you got to really look at why you burnt out. I'm kick my feet up. So you got to look at the reasons, like, why are you burnt out? Like, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? One of the reasons with me is because I was eating a lot of fast food. And so when you're eating a lot of fast food, your body, it takes a lot of energy to be able to break that fast food down. And that fast food don't give you as much energy as them fruits and vegetables give you. So I had to start waking up in the morning and making fruit and vegetable smoothies. Right now, I'm adding bananas, strawberries, Greek yogurt, and almond milk is the base. And then I'm adding, a couple green beans up in there, some spinach, some lettuce, some carrots, some berries. And I'm adding a bunch of just fruits and vegetables into my smoothies, so I can get all that nutrients when I start my day. I'm wide awake. Like usually around 11:30, I'm still groggy, being burnt out, things like that. But I'm wide awake right now. I'm feeling good. I woke up and I did my stretching routine this morning. I read The Body Keeps the Score. I'm keeping up on these routines to really be able to help energize me. Also, Panax ginseng or whatever it's called. That is a energy supplement that definitely has helped me out a bunch. And I definitely encourage you guys to look into supplements. Look into a morning routine where you're reading books, you're stretching, you're working out. Look into listening to things that are going to feed your mind. Reading the Bible in the morning. These are just the little things that I did to really help me be able to be powered out through the day, because it's not easy being able to get up and do this every single day. There's times where I don't feel like getting out of bed. There's times where I don't feel like showering. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to create this new schedule and have this new mindset, this new discipline to myself. My cat is so funny. I'm glad y'all can finally see my cat now and stuff too. Eating stable is definitely one thing that's helped me, but it's also been micro resets. In between sessions, doing little meditations, 3 to 5 minute meditations up in the car, doing deep breathing, going on little walks, standing on my balcony. I stand on my balcony and I'll use grounding skills for a couple minutes. Just standing, looking at the cars, looking at the city, looking at everything that's going on, and just taking in that moment and being grateful for it. Gratitude is something that is dear to me, and I have gratitude for the trials and tribulations that I go through, because I know every trial and tribulation that I go through is making me, is preparing me to who I'm supposed to be. It's preparing me for those opportunities that are going to come in the future. So I definitely got to do those micro resets. Sitting in silence sometimes, that's something that I like. I live alone, and it's nice just to have your own peace, you know what I'm saying? So you can't buy peace in this world. So if you have it, keep it. Sleep is a non-negotiable. I've been getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep. I was getting 6 to 7, saying I got this, I'm going to do this, getting 5, being tired, things like that. I learned I need my 8 to 9 hours of sleep. I need my sleep. There's no other way around it. I'm trying to get on a consistent sleep schedule right now, which is going to help me. I've been moderately consistent, but there's some times where it might push it a little bit. But definitely, you got to make sure you hop on that sleep schedule, because man, that sleep catch up to you. You look up and you get 6 hours a night, but your body need 8 hours a night. You behind on sleep. Like, it's gonna take a while to get back there. I'm still getting my sleep back together, while I'm feeling good, energized, through my 8 hours. But I'm still a little tired through my 8 hours, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, it's hard to wake up in the morning sometimes, but I do got a routine in place where I don't press snooze and I just hop up and I do what I gotta do as my morning routine kind of wakes me up, But that's one thing I've been kind of focused on is sleep as well. Also boundaries, right? You can't work 70 hours a week and be emotionally available to every single body. You got to be able to protect your peace. You can't respond to every single text message, every single email automatically. That's something that I really had to learn, is overcommitting, giving up too much of my time, saying yes, yes, yes to everything. And at this point, I'm starting to see where I got to say no to certain things. My director told me that I need 5 clients on my caseload by the end of the week, and I'm only working with 2. And it's really hard scheduling family sessions because the families aren't available till after 6. And my schedule from 12 to 8 is already booked. So it's hard. Like, now it's starting to push into weekends. And that's something with a lot of what we do. We got to be available for weekends. But that's a boundary that I just am not going to cross, because I realize if I give up my weekends, I'm not going to be able to show up for myself on the things that I got to do. I've been working in mental health for 1 year and 8 months, and I've been able to do some great things. But there's also been a lot that I've been holding back on. I got books on that shelf. I got books on the shelf right now that I just ain't had time to release because I've been so busy with this work stuff. I ain't been able to start my LLC because I've been so busy with this work stuff. So I'm not giving up my weekends. My weekends ain't going nowhere. The little hours that I do work on weekends are going to stay like that. So I just want to say it like that. You got to draw some boundaries sometimes, even when it comes to something that, you know, you gotta, even if it's a commitment you made, you can withdraw from a commitment if you see that's not going to work for you. If you catch yourself burning out, if you see that it just doesn't make feasible sense for you, you got to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to step away from this. You know what I'm saying? My apologies, y'all. The audio cut out, so I don't have everything that I said in this video, but just bear with me, and I'll definitely make sure that I'm not holding the mic next time and ruining the audio. So appreciate y'all. This is just a season. Like I said, you know, this is discipline now so I can build freedom later. I'm building my capacity to be able to do these types of things because hard seasons build strong people. For all my working grad school students out there, if you're working full-time and in grad school, I definitely see you over there. Make sure that you be realistic about your capacity. If you can't handle it, don't take it. You know what I'm saying? If it's too much for you, speak up. If you got other things that you got to do during that time, don't be afraid. Don't hesitate to stand up and speak out for yourself, right? Protect your mental health. You don't want to be reactive when it comes to your mental health. You don't want to catch your mental health when you got to catch your mental health. You rather be able to be preventative and not reactive when it comes to your mental health, meaning you got to be able to see the early signs. You got to be able to catch like, hey, this is not sustainable for me. And little things like that, you got to. And then schedule one non-productive hour per week at least. Like maybe just schedule 1 hour to just go take a walk, 1 hour to go do this, 1 hour to go to the gym. I had to schedule an hour to go to the gym today. I'm going to be at the gym for an hour today, you know? So just little things like that is what's going to be able to really help. A warning, right? 70-hour work weeks are not for everyone. And I don't mean this in any arrogant way like, oh, I can do this and you can't, but they're just not meant for everyone. I've been doing this since I was 16 years old, working at Burger King and Dairy Queen. I was working from 4 to 10 after school every single day. And then on the weekends, I was working 8 to 3 at Dairy Queen and 3:30 to 12 at Burger King. I'm used to working 80, 90-hour weeks. I'm used to this, but it's not for everybody. And I mean that in the most humblest way. I'm willing to give up my social life. I'm willing to give a lot up. And that's not something that you should healthily be able to give up. If you're just working 70 hours, that's probably not productive. That's not the most productive use of your time. You should probably be spending some of your time doing other things, self-improvement, personal improvement, your social life, your family, other things. There's other things in life more important than your mission. But I'm not going to lie. I just, you know, you feel me? I just do what I do. I'm just giving y'all a warning. Y'all shouldn't be sacrificing your mental health. You shouldn't be ignoring little signs of burnout, like you being tired. It's hard to wake up in the morning. You don't enjoy the things that you used to do anymore. Don't glamorize overworking and overworking yourself and things like that, because it's not cool for real. If you could do it, you could do it, but you got to be able to find a balance with it. And then also knowing your limits. You got to be able to know what you could take, what your capacity is, and things like that. If you're constantly anxious, exhausted, and irritable, that's not discipline. That's depletion, and that's real. Right now, I'm in week 38 to 42 of my Master of Social Work journey. I'm working 70 hours a week, and I'm not losing it because I built systems, boundaries, and discipline. You don't need more time. You need structure within your schedule. Drop a comment if you're working while in school. How many hours are you juggling? Would you work a 70-hour structured week? If you're in grad school, social work, we're trying to level up while working full time. Subscribe. We're building something real here. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all know what it is. We back at it. Oh, dang. Okay. We back at it. Jamie, you? Okay, it's kind of, I don't know, y'all. We live. I want to show y'all my balcony, low-key ski. I want to show y'all my balcony. Peace, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. Y'all my people. Y'all my family. We out.